Ben Simmons' best plays of his career. Hello folks, welcome back to my channel. According to reports, Ben Simmons feels his career will be better off if he stops sharing touches with Joel Embiid, given Simmons' style of play and how it can create issues for him and Embiid. The point guard considers he should move on from the Philadelphia 76ers. We continue our player-by-player season review for the Philadelphia 76ers after a disappointing playoff finish to what was a promising season. After starting the season reviews with Joel Embiid, we look at the other half of the star duo, Ben Simmons. The 24-year-old was named to his third All-Star game while being named to the All-Defensive First Team for the second consecutive year. But his lack of offensive progression continues to be the focus of discussion. Simmons' numbers were down across the board as he took on more of an elite defender role on the team. He was among the league leaders in assists to three-pointers as his ability to get in the paint and push the pace was a big reason Philadelphia found success on offense. Simmons' best game of the season came on the road against the Utah Jazz when the team was without Embiid due to injury. Understanding he needed to do more, he went off for a career-high 42 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds in a Feb. 15 loss to the Jazz. It was a masterful performance as Simmons was constantly getting to the rim and making it look easy. The Philadelphia 76ers have been under the spotlight during the last couple of weeks. As teams across the association evaluate their roster's potential, the Sixers patiently wait for one of their star players. The Philadelphia 76ers locker room is still awaiting the arrival of their point guard Ben Simmons. Simmons has stated that he does not plan to play another game for Doc Rivers or the 76er organization. Although Simmons began his rise to NBA stardom in Philadelphia, he has made it clear he seeks greener pastures. The Philadelphia 76ers have one of the NBA's top two-way forces in Ben Simmons. While the defensive stats look great for Ben, I also watched each shot defended by Ben by each player and broke down what makes Simmons such an elite defender on any offensive player. The stats for each player shown below are while guarded by Simmons in that game. Let's get started. Deck 26, Sixers vs Knicks, RJ Barrett. Barrett stats: 628 mins, 4 PTS, 1-8 FG, 2-2 FT, 0 AST, 2-2. Simmons stats: 1 STO, 2 BLK. For RJ Barrett, Simmons was extremely active in this game against Barrett, particularly by shutting down drives and closing out hard on three-point shots. Ben blocked one of Barrett's 3 seconds and nearly blocked another 2 or 3. RJ is probably still seeing Ben sprinting at him in his nightmares. Deck 29, Sixers vs Raptors. Pascal Siakam. Siakam stats: 702 mins, 7 PTS, 3-11 FG, 0-0 FT, 0 AST. 1-2. Simmons stats: 1 STO, 1 BLK. Siakam had some success against other Sixers defenders, but couldn't do much against Simmons. 6 of Siakam's field goal attempts against Simmons were 3 seconds, most of which were Siakam settling instead of trying to attack the rim. Siakam had very little success the few times he tried to drive on Simmons as well. Ben is one of the few defenders in the NBA who has both the size and speed to cover Siakam, and it showed in this game. Deck 31, Sixers vs Magic. Markelle Fultz. Fultz stats: 454 mins, 3 points, 1-6 FG, 1-1 FT, 1 AST, 1-2. Simmons stats: 2 STO, 0 BLK. Simmons was not interested in letting Fultz show up his old team. Being a poor three-point shooter is a death sentence against Simmons, who went under almost every screen against Fultz. When Simmons has the luxury to go under screens, opposing ball handlers have no chance to get to the rim. Fultz was forced to settle for mostly jumpers against Simmons, which is a win for the defense every time. Even when Simmons went over screens, Fultz couldn't create much separation. Jan 6, Sixers vs Wizards. Russell Westbrook. Westbrook stats: 721 mins, 5 PTS, 2-9 FG, 0-2 FT, 6 AST, 3-2. Simmons stats: 2 STO, 0 BLK. Westbrook was very aggressive when anyone other than Simmons guarded him, a recurring theme with all players on this list. Pretty much every possession with Simmons as the primary defender ended with Westbrook settling for a long 2 or 3 off the dribble, shots the defense loves to see. This was also the game Beal scored 59 points, so any Westbrook shot was a great sight for Sixers fans. Jan 31, Sixers vs Pacers. Primary matchup: zone. Simmons stats: 4 STO, 2 BLK. Simmons did not match up with one Pacer player for a majority of the game, but Simmons was instrumental in the stifling zone played in the fourth quarter comeback. Along with Matisse Thybulle, Simmons was very active and his length bothered the Pacers at the top of the 2-3 zone. Also, without Embiid in the lineup, Simmons added some much-needed rim protection before the team went to zone. Feb. 9. Sixers vs Kings. De'Aaron Fox. Fox stats: 440 mins, 5 PTS, 2-8 FG, 0-0 FT, 3 AST, 0-2. Simmons stats: 1 SDL, 0 BLK. Man, Fox is really good. His ability to get anywhere off the dribble is elite. He blew by every defender on the Sixers not named Ben Simmons or Mattis Thybulle, who actually played some pretty good defense on Fox as well. Simmons is one of the few defenders in the NBA with the quickness to keep up with Fox. Still, Fox was able to beat Simmons off the dribble occasionally, although Simmons' length still bothered Fox even when he beat him. Feb. 11. Sixers vs Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard. Lillard stats: 809 mins, 10 PTS, 3-9 FG, 1-2 FT, 1 AST, 1-2. Simmons stats: 1 SDL, 1 BLK. Portland won this game in the clutch, but Simmons made sure it had nothing to do with Dame time. With his combination of ball handling and deep range, Lillard will always be able to get shots off. Simmons did a great job keep Lillard out of the paint while contesting most of Lillard's jumpers with his length. As a bonus, Simmons played some elite fast break defense in this game. Feb. 25. Sixers vs Mavericks. Luka Doncic. Doncic stats: 728 mins, 6 PTS, 3-7 FG, 1-2 FT, 1 AST, 4-2. Simmons stats: 2 SDL, 1 BLK. Simmons was an absolute terror on the defensive end in this game. Luka is a top 10 offensive player in the league who typically creates in the pick and roll or off meandering drives, but Simmons stayed disciplined and hounded Doncic all over the court. Simmons also had some great moments as an off-ball defender, getting steals and protecting the paint. The first half against the Mavs was arguably Simmons' most dominant defensive half in his career given his primary matchup. Ben Simmons and the Sixers have not been seeing eye to eye. Will Ben Simmons hold out at either party? Ben Simmons shared his intentions of going holding out via his agent Rich Paul. Paul informed Josh Harrison and Keith Pompey of Ben's desire to be traded. Despite having 4 years left on his contract, Ben Simmons has decided that he will not report to training camp, and many NBA fans are confused as to why. The Philadelphia 76ers have experienced success with Simmons on their roster. The Sixers have made playoff appearances in 4 out of the last 5 NBA seasons. Since being drafted in 2016, Simmons has averaged 14.3 points per game while creating opportunities for his teammates who share the floor. His 6.9 assists per game were accompanied by 7.2 rebounds per game average. When Ben Simmons plays with a relentless passion, he exudes his X-Factor abilities. Basketball enthusiasts around the league have not been impressed with Ben's career. Many believe that Ben Simmons has failed to work on his game since entering the association. Since 2017, Simmons' points per game average has only peaked by 0.9 points. His rebounding and assist totals have remained stagnant as well. In a league where consistency is important for success, superstars are recognized for their ability to grow. When Ben Simmons decided to announce his holdout, he could have jeopardized his career. The Sixers point guard is still under a contract with the Philadelphia Sixers worth $146 million. Some organizations believe the price for Simmons' service is too pricey as trade rumors begin to circulate. Ben Simmons is too valuable of a player for the 76ers to trade. The Sixers have rebuilt their organization around the concept that Simmons was a piece to a promising future. Many believe the Sixers roster will need to lean on their star big man Joel Embiid until the Ben Simmons saga is resolved. Philadelphia was able to secure the first seed in the Eastern Conference last season. After being eliminated by the Atlanta Hawks in the postseason, the Sixers believe they have made corrections to their roster. As the regular season slowly approaches, the 76ers and Ben Simmons must come to a resolution for the sake of both parties. The Sixers will need Simmons to continue their success, and Simmons will need the Sixers to stay in the NBA. This is all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, and if you are new, then don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for the future updates. See you till the next video. Thank you for watching.